pink, pink,
Pink.
pink, 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 banana.
Huh?
Pink, 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 banana. Pink, pink, pink.
Hi.
Hi. Oh.
Hi.
Two. Oh.
Let's do okay. Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to the Pink Banana Podcast.
Welcome back. Welcome back. If you've already been here before,
Yes. I'm Hector.
I'm Kelly.
And we are the Pink Banana. Yes. Ooh, I wanna
Right. Well, while he figures out what he wants to, guess what I made this morning?
coffee.
Coffee. But let me just tell you, I have finally been seeing everyone. Well, not finally. I've been seeing everyone doing this dalgona coffee. Something kind of coffee. It's that whipped coffee thing. Anyway, so coincidentally, someone messed up the grocery list, and we ended up getting instant coffee, but decaf instant coffee.
Oh,
So
no.
you already know what this is gonna taste like. The point is, I wasted 20 minutes of my life today and prepared a special coffee to use in our brand new mugs.
Brand new Pink Banana mugs.
Brand new Pink Banana mugs. We are very excited. We're very excited about this. Excuse me, tickle in my throat.
We are also very excited about the theme song,
The theme-
which was also out.
If you haven't checked it
was
out,
like
we posted it. It's on our social media. It's also, you can check it out. It's on YouTube. Let us know what you think about the single art. Yes, we is calling it a single. We made a whole song. It's out there. We're doing it. But hold on, let me finish about my coffee real
Pink
quick.
Banana does everything. Oh yes.
We do everything.
We do.
We do.
Coffee. So instant.
So coffee.
decaf
So
coffee.
my take on this whipped coffee, it's super fun. It's super cool. I love the idea of whipped anything. You have sold me on whipped. Once you use whip in the word, I'm sold. The point is, I made it. I tasted it. I used macadamia nut milk because I'm vegan. I don't consume milk or cheese.
Right.
But this is bitter as fuck. But then also kind of sweet. So the point is, it's janky ass coffee. I don't appreciate it.
Yeah, that's
The
bad.
texture's nice, but maybe I would use that as like a frosting for something.
Okay, like a
Like-
coffee frosting.
Yes, like for maybe like a pie or something.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe like a tiramisu, like some
Right,
chocolate,
right.
anything. But that's enough about this janky ass coffee that I will currently be drinking and sipping in my new
That was
mug.
a very thorough analysis of the coffee. Thank you.
Yeah, I
Kelly.
felt very thorough about it.
So yeah.
And other news.
In other news, by the way, happy Pride.
Yes, happy Pride to everyone.
It was the celebration here in Puerto Rico yesterday.
Yeah, we happened to stumble upon.
On Sunday, last Sunday. Obviously they were only allowed to, it was only like a caravan or like a car sort of parade thing because
Yeah, like a car parade. Mm-hmm.
right. So that's fun. So happy Pride. But anyway, did you want to say something? I thought you were going to say something.
I think I was.
Yeah, I think you I heard you. And then
Yeah,
stop.
but I clearly
Well-
forgot, so it must not have been that important.
So on to today's topic, I guess, right?
Right. So basically, we were talking last night, as we usually do right before the podcast, and we have our list of things that we want to
Talk about.
Right. So some of those we decided to. One of those was to talk about our high school kind of like stories.
Yeah.
Because they can be so diverse, so intense. And then I got to thinking, like, damn, who was I in high school? Am I still the same person? Do I think I'm still the same person? So now it's just like,
Damn.
it's happening. We are going to dive deep
Okay.
into Kelly and Hector high school edition.
So wait, do we just count like literal high school, like 9th grade to 12th?
I feel like that was my high school experience, 9 to 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I feel like it's fair because you've gone through that middle school stage where you're just like a total shit in middle school. Like 5th through 7th grade, 8th grade, it's like, wow.
I mean, I don't remember a lot. I don't remember a lot of it, to be honest. Like, do you remember a lot of your, like, 7th, 6th grade? I remember a lot more from 6th grade than I do from 7th and 8th, which is funny.
I blocked a lot of it out.
I feel like really I feel the same, but also I feel like 7th and 8th was sort of like I think I was more pendiente to sort of have achievements academically in the school.
Right.
But it was sort of hard for me in the moment. I don't remember. I just remember a lot of studying. A lot of failing, a lot of not failing.
In 5th grade? 5th, 6th,
no, I'm talking more about like 7th and 8th. 5th and 6th weren't that bad, actually.
They were all horrible for me.
But
high school was less worse.
High school was definitely less worse.
Yeah, I don't know,
until, I don't know, 10th was pretty motherfucking. 10th grade was useless for me. Like, that whole year.
I feel like same.
Personally, and just like, it was also, I feel like it was the hardest year.
10th grade is like same year 23. 23 is such a useless age.
I don't know. 10th grade was hard. 10th grade was hard in terms of studying.
I don't know.
10th grade, how old are you when you're in 10th?
I was 15 when I was in 9, so 16.
I just remember there was a lot of, but I have to say it was about the time of the quinceañeros.
Oh, right.
But I just remember a lot of also failing in school.
Failing?
Not failing like
I didn't fail
I failed
like
the whole class, but like it was like hard before you go into like 11th grade and 12th. You know how they say 12th grade is the easiest because it's like
because you don't do shit.
The slowest one, like the easiest one, the breeziest one.
Yeah.
So 11th grade was actually the breeziest one for me. And I'm still thinking about.
No, mine were all pretty easy. I feel like I don't know. I didn't.
10th grade was just horrible. Physics,
I just struggled with math. That was it.
Yeah, physics. I was pretty much over it.
Yeah,
I was pretty much over school.
In 9th grade, I was already like, what?
But 10th grade, I feel like that's when I started hanging out pretty, like, alcohol involved, and
you and I had two completely different high school experiences.
I feel like I thought you were gonna have like a similar one.
No, I was raised in a very how do you say this? It was kind of strict. No, it was very strict, and like the girls didn't have really like the boys went out more, but I was not allowed to hang out. I remember the first time I hung out, I think I was a junior in high school, and I remember my mom, she took me to the club, right? San Juan Chateau, for those of you who remember that hangout, San Juan Chateau. She took me to the club, it was Summers Pub. Summers. She took us, it was me and two other friends of mine, and there was no one in line, meaning the place was probably empty inside. But she decided she was going to wait in line with us until we went in. So now I'm just standing there with my mom. We're all just kind of like, this is horrible. This is the worst thing that could ever happen to us. Like, what the hell is Darlene doing? But she stood there, and then she fought with the bouncer. She argued with him. She was like, I need you to let my daughter and her friends. It was something like that. Like, she was like, I can't understand if the place is empty inside that you have to leave them out here. And he was like, well, we need to make it look like there's a line to get in. And she was like, that was my daughter. Anyways, that was like my kind of high school experience. Like, I was not really allowed to hang out. I was not allowed to date.
No say. I mean, obviously the drinking part was definitely like not allowed. It was very much like sneaked in. Like,
right.
Pero like it was the party buses started happening, and we would definitely sneak in alcohol to that.
We didn't have. Well, I didn't have party buses. Hector's
Gets
younger
like
than I am.
in people's houses cuando los papás no estaban.
Yeah.
For sure cogíamos alcohol. Stuff like that.
Oh my God, mi primer get at a friend of mine's house. We show up. Mom's like, oh, sure, hun, I'll take you, sure.
Oh, God.
And I was like, good, drop me off and I'll let you know when you can pick me up. So we go, get and then she's like, oh no, I'm going to get down with you and make sure there's adults at this
Are you
party.
fucking kidding me? That was Darlene.
So my mom busts through the door. My best friend comes busting out of the garage, drunk, off her mind, lays down on the car, and she's like, hi, Darlene! And I'm just like,
oh, God.
I won't be staying here today.
Oh, no.
And then she goes into the kitchen, and all you can hear from the outside is shots, 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 and I'm mortified.
Oh, my God.
I'm mortified because I'm just like, fuck, I told them to wait till my mom left. That's what he says, they'll wait till I get there and then start drinking after I'm there, right? And then not only that, the dad was in the kitchen with them taking the shots.
Oh,
The dad was in the
God.
kitchen. It was a disaster. She was like, she goes, Kelly, vente aquí conmigo un momento. And I was like,
Oh, God.
Just say goodbye to your friends. We're going home. I was like, but Mom! She was like, we are going home. Anyways, needless to say, that was...
No, I mean, I guess there were times where it was definitely a thing of like...
It's so bad, the coffee is
that
so
my
bad.
parents would leave me at someone's house, but they wouldn't like get down and stuff. I guess they probably knew,
right?
but
I
not
feel
to
like
an
parents
extent.
always
Maybe they
knew.
probably thought that the parents were there, but they definitely knew that we were gonna drink at some point.
Yeah.
Pero
Okay.
like,
Who was high school Hector? Give me a description of maybe 3 to 5 words.
I would say less anxious.
Oof.
And that's funny because high school, right? But I was definitely, and the anxiety wasn't really that, it didn't,
Present.
it had
wasn't
still
as
not
strong.
yet taken, over my
Take over control.
physical,
Yeah.
mind, body, and soul.
Mind, body, and soul.
As
I
you
was
say
definitely,
it, I can feel the...
I was definitely, I was still very introverted at times.
Mm-hmm.
And very, very much more responsible.
Well, I think that's relative because you have less responsibilities. in high
I
school.
suppose.
All you have to do is study and get good grades.
Well, yeah, it's not as easy as it sounds. It really depends. And I guess I was a little bit cooler. That sounds sad, but
You think so?
yeah, I think I cared less about consequences. I guess being younger, I cared less about what people thought or,
Right.
Como que I am very much more like careful about everything. Like maybe stupid stuff. Que ante I would do before, but I wouldn't now.
Yeah.
No sé. I'm very much. I feel like some parts of me were heightened and some were just lowered once I graduated high school.
Okay. And the Hector now?
Hector now
Compared to Hector high school?
is, I guess, still confused.
About most things
About
on
life.
most days. It's just
No.
what it is.
I mean, Hector now is definitely, I feel like, wiser, like in life.
I thought you were going to say whiter. I was like,
No, I feel like
wiser?
I've gone through
For
some
sure.
shit and some things that I maybe didn't think about or take into consideration when I was in high school. Then Como que I guess I should have just said mature, right? More mature, obviously. I would hope so. I am definitely more. Yeah, I'm less responsible now, but not in a.
Hey, at least we can admit that. At least we can admit that.
Not in a way that everything I do is affected by it.
So your irresponsibility just skims the useless.
I feel like it has to do more about getting older and really just realizing that life is shit. And
life, actually, that's a glass half empty sort of way to look at the world.
Ooh, well, maybe I'm more negative now. Maybe I'm more pessimistic.
You think life has?
But I mean,
has brought you to that level.
I mean,
has kicked you.
Have you seen the world post 2008? It's been a pretty fucking gloomy ass fucking world. So I don't know.
It's been pretty bonkers, but
yeah. I'm sad. This is sad. Everything.
But you know what?
Everything I said is not. I mean, okay.
Way...
What I mean is, I guess now I'm more conscious about everything around me.
Mm-hmm.
So that entails, I guess, me being more cautious about what I say, what I do, and about what time I spend in different things. Como que, you know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
I agree. You have reprioritized and allocated and distributed according to how
a same amounts of gay, listening to the same amounts of Britney.
That has never changed since I have
probably
met him.
More when I was in high school because she was a little bit more relevant.
Right. But was she really?
Yeah,
she was
it was the whole 2007 thing.
Right.
So yeah. No, I'd say I'm gayer now. For sure. At least. But now that I think about it, I don't think I've really changed that much. But I have molded. I have malleated. If that's a word.
Malleated.
No, it's not. I'm pretty sure it's a word, but it's pretty sure it doesn't mean what I want it to mean.
No,
but...
malleable, malleable, that you can mold it. Malleated, though. I'm not sure if you're conjugating it. Is that the right word? I'm not sure.
We're gonna stop this. But yeah, I guess I'm just like more. I'm like a more fine-tuned version of what I was in high school. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, but
and
that's
there's
what
still
it's
a lot
about.
to fix, right?
Yeah. Polishing, working out the kinks.
You know, I don't think really much has changed now that I think about it. Just that, the things that have changed are things that I have learned throughout.
Right.
What about Kelly? What was Kelly in high school?
Oh my God, I don't know. Kelly was kind of moody, kind of bitchy. She was involved in a lot of things, yet she was an introvert about it. So she was I was very insecure in high school. Although I projected this secure personality, which was very interesting, but I was really bullied right up until high school came in, and even a little bit through high school. So the person in high school was kind of like weird. Right. Oh, and it's funny, it's crazy because I almost block out a lot of what that was because, high school, am I right?
Right, maybe that's why I was also struggling to sort of because I literally like my
face of disgust for 2 minutes.
my memories of high school are literally in they're like random blotches of memory. And
it was so much also stupid drama,
right.
There was a lot of, I don't know, it was just crazy. And my high school was very tiny. My graduating class was 23 students.
That's crazy.
To think about. So you can imagine how
mine was 8.
It was like a family, and we were constantly at each other. I had studied with the same. Well, I mean, we all studied with the same ones pretty much. But anyway, so high school Kelly, she was very much I played softball. I did volleyball. I think very short stint. Also, softball was just a short stint. I was in the version. I was in the cheerleading squad, but not a cheerleader. I was more of the manager, shit like that. I also turned to be the manager of the softball team at some point.
Fuck?
I don't know.
How is that even a thing?
It's a thing. It's you have to organize.
I was only in Juventud Marianista, which was I guess religious youth group de la escuela. But really, it was comíamos mierda. Like we really
But you're
didn't do
doing most
anything.
things. Like I was also part of student
And-
council. I was part of. So I was like involved in a lot of things, but I was
I
very
was
much
not.
an introvert about it. I also, I don't know. I felt like a lot of
Oh, I
people
was in
didn't
the
know
bowling
who I
club
was.
at some point.
Oh yeah, you keep saying that. That's funny. Just Hector in a bowling club.
But I
think
mean,
funny
it's
in
high
general.
school. You go bowling every Friday for free.
Right, right.
It's
Yeah,
like-
we didn't have those kind of things like that, those kinds of clubs.
And
But I was in
then-
the art club. I was
Did I do something else? That was pretty much it.
right.
Yeah, because everything else was like, there was like the chess club, you had the choir, but
Right.
you had the thing where they speak
Forensics.
forensics for Spanish
Right.
and English, and Spanish is oratoria.
I tried to do it, but
Um,
then it was like I had to audition and I didn't get
Yeah,
in.
no,
And
I
I
did
was
not.
like, audition? I thought this was
Also,
a
that's
fucking
another
club.
thing. As I got older, I got more I got more self-conscious about being in front of people. I used to
Right.
not care. Como que I used to not care. I used
Oh,
to
no.
fucking dance on talent shows. and shit.
I always cared,
No,
like,
I used to dance on showcases en fucking teatro estos de fucking 1,000 personas, and now I can't. I cannot even do a presentation in front of 2 people.
that's crazy. That's crazy how the years kind of changed you. I don't know. I was never.
It is super weird.
I like to do a lot of things. I like to be involved in a lot of things. I like to, but I didn't like to be in the front lines of anything.
Right. That was it, really much.
The only like really
Even-
awesome event that I remember from high school was it was sorry. This one awesome event that I remember from high school, it was like Una Noche Puertorriqueña. And we
Yes.
each had to do performances.
Yes.
And I got partnered up with this another classmate, and we were chosen to be the Los Rumberos. And I was like, damn, what are we gonna do? And we didn't prepare. Right. We didn't prepare anything, so the night of
Oh, what? Are you kidding me?
we didn't prepare
But
anything.
don't you get choreographers?
No, cabrón. Choreographers. Damn, your school's mad bougie.
We would get choreographers and shit for Noche Puertorriqueña.
Oh
yes.
no, we
I
don't.
fucking loved it. I was a part of it.
We
for
had
a few
to come up
years.
with our own shit.
Oh,
All of
no.
us came up with our own shit. So I did this that same night. I said, I have this bomba outfit, dress in white, we'll bring a drum. Or I think we got one from the school. And we both just got on stage, and I say, you just start playing that fucking drum,
Oh my god.
and I'm just gonna dance around you.
Are you
and
kidding
that was
me?
like the light was on me. I think that was the moment where like nobody else was on stage. It was
Oh,
me
God.
just going at it, and it was fucking amazing. And then I was like, those were the few moments where I remember, wow, this is Kelly. I was also part of like this art exhibit where I felt very ignored by the art professors. And this has a lot to do with why I'm I struggle with my art. So,
Right.
but I was able to do an art exhibit, and it was the other moment where I was like, this, like, I finally feel like I belong to something, like I'm a part of something, like I'm doing something important. But then everything else was like a haze, like, I don't know. High school for me was like, ugh, I need to get over it. And now, I think it's, wow, the Kelly now is completely different from Kelly in high school. For sure.
I
for
would
sure.
imagine.
I mean, I have certain similar things that kind of stick around, but I'm more outspoken, and not to get me confused, I was loud in high school. It wasn't about being loud. It was about getting heard.
Right.
Right, so I'm more outspoken. I'm definitely way more confident. Like, Kelly in high school would have never been on camera or allowing
Honestly, up
anyone
until
to
a little-
hear this
Up
voice.
up until a little bit. Honestly, I think Carlita, because she kind of really put me on like that sort of. She was like nunca había hecho nada. Nunca había hecho nada que for people to hear me or see me y eso
Right.
nunca había I hate that shit. I used to hate hearing myself. Like
Yeah,
that,
see,
what was I
hate
gonna
my
hide?
voice.
I
It's
even
so
hate
bad.
it's a whole. It goes throughout my whole entire art, right? Like I really.
Yeah.
Y poco a poco that keeps getting better, but I really usually don't like to put it out there. Y Galita sort of like helped me out with that No Me Hagas Caso podcast.
Check it out.
So yeah, poco a poco, even up, that was like even a year ago. So I keep changing, right?
Yeah, no, and that's the thing. We keep evolving, and I'm telling you, that's taken me I don't know how many years, but since that version of Kelly in high school to this Kelly that's here right now,
Yeah.
I'm a completely different person. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I have self-esteem. Like, I feel like
Yeah.
my voice matters. Like, all these things, and it's everywhere. Everything that life has taken me through since being that Kelly in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. I am not the same person.
I really like that. I mean, fíjate, now that you mentioned the whole, like, you know, being part of the exhibit and whatnot, and verdad, those were my favorite class, art class and music class. It's where I really enjoyed the most.
Right. I do wish I would have been more dedicated. Like, I had no...
Right, me too,
I had no
me
desire
too.
to do anything. Like, I was like,
and when I did, I almost got suspended.
For what?
So, I was in 11th grade. I was a junior.
Mm-hmm.
And the seniors were about to graduate. So in their last week, they do like this whole week, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one of the days is like a water balloon war day with us juniors in lunchtime. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to make this like short movie thing, and I'm going to film it all, whatever. And I filmed it all, and I did this whole thing about it, and I posted it on Facebook. Mind you, this is like 2009.
Uh-huh.
So Facebook at the moment didn't really it wasn't the same as it is now. It was very different.
Right.
It was harder maybe for people to sort of get into your shit, especially a school. But somehow they did.
Private.
Yeah, somehow they did, but resulta que I forgot that one of my classmates was the son of the vice principal. And I had him on Facebook, so that's how we got to see the video. But they saw the video and they were like, the next day, over the intercom system thing,
Hector
the principal is like, so obviously this whole water balloon thing ended up being a thing. It was very bad. Like, professors got involved, fights. It was bad. It was bad.
God.
Like, the school it looked like post-apocalyptic. It was bad. It was really bad. It turned really bad.
Oh, just a water balloon fight?
Yeah, no, de momento ya pasó, but the problem is they started like going up the whole school and opening up lockers, opening up rooms.
There's always a few that ruin it for everybody.
It was the seniors that decided to take it to a next level, and that's when everything went to shit. But the next day, the principal's like, I'm gonna call out every single name por grado.
What?
And these people, and I'm gonna say the number of demerits that they have. And a certain amount of numbers means you're suspended, which are what, I think it was 10. And he literally named every single person.
Wow.
Which, to me, is kind of fucked up. Not kind of fucked up, it's fucked up. Like, why are you gonna humiliate, like, why are you gonna shame these students?
And that's how they did it back in the day in education. They just shamed.
And so, Hector Ball, and
First
I was like,
of all, demerits? What the fuck?
I was like, no. It's not happening. And then I go to my
no, honey.
I speak with the principal, and he's like, oh no, because like it's 10 demerits for this video, because the you can see the uniform and the logo and whatnot, and that's defamation.
Wow.
And I'm like, first of all, how did you get to see the video? That was my first question. How did you get to see the video? That's my question.
Right.
Like, do you guys get into the Facebook of your students? And he's like, oh, no, we don't do that. And then he's like, and it's like, how did he see it? And he's like, oh, he saw it on his son's Facebook. I'm like,
damn it, Hector!
And then I was like, you know what? I'll take care of it. And I was like, Grandpa, take care of it. Yeah, and I'm not gonna go into it because I don't wanna.
So what did Grandpa do to go into the school?
Yeah, he basically like, my abuelo used to donate to the school. So I was like, just say something. And he's like, he was really good friends with the principal. So I was like, you need to say something. And he went to the school and they were like, okay, you're just gonna have like one demerit. And I'm like, okay, I shouldn't have anything, like whatever.
Well, agreed. Lucky you though.
I should have saved the video. I had to take it down.
Damn, you should have saved that video.
That was fun. That was actually a fun moment because I was like, I knew that I could get away with it. I was like, imagine teenage Hector being like, no, I'll be back.
This is not happening.
I'll be back.
I'm gonna get right back at you. I'm gonna sit on this rose and we'll talk tomorrow. This is not happening.
And that was the only time I actually got in trouble. Like,
no,
I was a good student.
I don't know. I skipped class quite a few times, but
what the fuck? If you skipped class, you were done for.
My school was. It's not anymore, but it's way more lax now. I would skip class. Lax. Well, it was way more lax back then. Now it's more strict. I don't know what the situation is, but I skipped class a few times.
I mean, I would hope they're more strict.
It was just kind of like, until my senior year, this new principal came in, and she was determined to change everything that year, and we were like, oh no, bitch, like, we're about to be out, like,
right, yeah,
around? Like, we needed to get special new shoes, we needed to wear special new outfits, like, our hairs needed to be a certain way. It was ridiculous. So our senior fuga, we do like senior fuga day where we go to the school, we do this prank on the school, and then we all run out and spend the rest of it at the beach getting wasted. Right? So the night before, we broke into the school.
Oh my god.
We broke into school, but we just Vaselined everything, like the door handles to random shit. We did some graffiti in chalk.
Oh, okay.
But someone did a guy peeing on the office. So I guess that was kind of like whatever, but there was graffiti. We flipped over the cafeteria tables.
Oh god.
We actually, we did shit. We actually moved around the entire lockers, like the actual structure.
Are you kidding me?
We switched around all of the lockers. Like, we put work into that goddamn fuga. And then the next day we walk in, it was like, I can't remember what else we did, but we walk in, it was a shit show. Everybody was pissed. They were trying to encerrarnos dentro de... No, it's fine. They were trying to encerrarnos dentro de the school. And then we were like, no, we're fucking getting out of here. And then I can't remember what happened next, but all of us ran out to the cars. We drove around like a couple times, honking the horn, being stupid, being loud. And then obviously we ended up going to the beach, getting wasted, all that good shit. But the next week when we came back, they were like, you're not having a graduation, you're not having a prom. We were all like,
damn. The senior class that did the whole water balloon fight thing. They also didn't get to do a prom and stuff. And because of that, everything like for us changed. All the senior benefits, everything changed like for us because you in my school you'd get a free period when you are a senior.
Right. They took that away.
They took that away. And, well, they didn't take it away. They modified it. They did it so that every Friday that the day would end with a ethics class, you could take that class off and go to your community service.
Oh, I was Hector's community service. I was a supervisor. He won't admit it, but I was.
So that was our free period, which really wasn't free.
Right.
And they elongated the classes. We had like an hour and 50-minute classes.
Ew.
Every day. We had like 4 or 5 classes of almost 2 hours. We couldn't do anything. Really.
No, we couldn't
do that last week. We couldn't. There was no like, because the whole prank thing. We do it for a week, right?
Yeah.
But we couldn't do it.
No, I mean we were allowed. We just did it anyways. They said that we weren't allowed to.
Day, and I went with there was one wacky outfit day, and I went as a chef. And I have this apron thing that my sister got from Italy, and it's the David, like it's a David statue, and it has the peen, right?
The peen
in the shape of you, right? As the person who's wearing it, so
right.
I got in trouble for that.
Well, duh.
I mean, whatever. It's the
You
fucking
should've-
David statue. We fucking study that shit.
Yo, I'm telling you, in my school they used to remove National Geographic because it had.
Are you kidding me? That's crazy.
I'm saying, like, it's absurd. It's absurd. I was like, this whole. But honestly, my high school was. I don't know. It was kind of a joke back then. I think now it's gotten way better, but.
I think so, but I'm not sure.
It was a joke. I wasn't interested. The people that were there, like my classmates, I was over everything. Everyone was full of shit. Everything. Nah, not everyone was full of, but just high school in general, you're full of shit.
Right. It's
You know
just,
what I mean?
it's,
Like,
imagine, it's
it's
like a
bullshit.
fucking cage of all full of shit.
The drama, what you think is important.
Full of little shits running around.
Right, we were all just little
Entitled
shits.
little shits.
Entitled little shits, most of us, for sure. But I'm just glad I'm out. I'm glad I'm out, like, happy Pride, guys. But yeah, I just felt like I was not really even close to being Kelly in high school or college.
No, it was definitely it was definitely a building. It was the start of my new Hector high school. It's like
High
sort
school?
of like the beginning
Right.
of the person that I am now.
Hmm.
Because I felt that up until high school, that was
Mhm.
like one type of person, right? Because you're a kid, and then you get to see the real world sort of
Right.
little by little.
I do agree with you though that my anxiety definitely grew
I
as
think
I
that
grew
really
as
has
an
to do
adult.
with society. It's a society thing. I
Right.
feel like.
The more you realize shit that's going around you, I
Right.
feel like the more you're like,
Is it all worth
is
it?
it even worth it? No, it's definitely worth it.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like, just the
It's hard,
nonsense
it's
that
hard.
goes on,
Yeah.
and the
It's hard.
it's hard, and
to
I think
ignore the noise.
for sure I've had to do a lot of work on that, on like anxiety, and also like that stuff. It's a journey.
Yeah.
For sure. But anyways, yeah, I don't know. High school was definitely just a mishmash of
Yeah.
shit going on. Also, it was different for me because my grandma was the chemistry teacher. My mom
Oh.
at some point was the vice principal
What?
of the elementary school. Like, my
That's
family had
crazy.
been in this high school for generations. So
Ah.
I was in the shadow. You're in the shadow of like all that shit, and I'm
tell
just
me
like,
about it.
I don't even know. Like, where do I even?
I used to have professors tell me like I wish you were like your older cousin, like especially in the
All the
math
time, all the
classes,
time. I get it all the
especially in
time.
the math classes, because man, thank you professors for trying to have patience, but some of them did not.
Right,
And they
right.
were like, why can you not be more like a normal ball?
Right. I don't know. We definitely came through to break the mold
Mm-hmm.
of what
It's
our
like, bitch, no.
predecessors.
Right. It's like, bitch,
Predecessors.
no.
Right, for sure. I don't know. I just know it was difficult. There was a lot of like, but then there were moments that were like super fun, and
Yeah.
then
For sure. I had a lot of fun. I had great
I
friends.
don't remember them, but I know that there must have been moments in there.
Yeah, there's more. So,
Anyways,
next time, we shall get into the drunk stories.
oh yeah, we also wanted to touch a bit
Because I
on that,
feel
but I
like-
think we need a whole nother
yeah.
episode for the drunken
Because this
scoopers.
segues into the start of the drunken scoopers.
Yes, and there have been many. I think I peaked
Up
in,
until like last year.
right. I peaked in college, and then I peaked again later on in my 30s.
For sure. Yeah.
And so I have like
And I
two
still have
versions
some
of
way to
drunken
go.
stoopers, huh?
Definitely. It's been sort of like.
For sure. It's like it's like, oh, drunken stupor Kelly's coming back. Oh, okay, now we're coming down. Nope, gotta go again.
It's been at an all-time low since
Hey.
quarantine. 2020 has been almost a very sober year.
yeah, I
not
just started
entirely,
drinking.
but-
Like, shit was going crazy. I was like, I need to
Yeah,
be-
no.
my
And now
brain
I
needs
get
to be
drunker
here.
easier now.
For sure, we're cheap dates.
Oh, God.
It's cheap dates.
Well, you guys, there's a lot more high school stories, but
Coming at you.
we don't remember. We shall remember them later because they're going to come to us.
Right. Like, yesterday, 2 days ago, getting drunk off a 32-ounce mojito. It was delicious.
Oh.
It was delicious, but I was drunk. Once I hit the ice, I was like, "That's it. Somebody drive me home." All right. I think we're calling it right here, right now. This is the end of the show. Thank you for coming back time and time again. And if you're just checking
Pink
us,
banana.
I suggest you catch us from the beginning. Also, follow us on all our social medias. I'm just saying,
on all social media, Instagram at the pink.banana. Also, Facebook as the pink banana.
Yes.
Make sure you subscribe and like this video. Subscribe to the page.
Leave us a comment.
Leave us a comment, right?
Yeah.
And
send us some love.
we shall see you.
Oh, before we shall see you, check out our YouTube channel. There's some stuff going on. Oh, right. This is YouTube.
But also check out the previous episodes if you haven't seen it.
Right.
Listen to the theme song.
For those who are hearing us and not following us on YouTube, what are you doing?
Listen to the theme song and
videos coming at you real soon.
Videos coming at you. Also, the gender swapping video is also coming out. So
I gotta see.
There's a lot coming out. So stay tuned. We'll see ya.
Bye.